Welcome to my channel. Rare Coins Numix. Today we're going to discuss 5 of the most expensive US pennies. You won't want to miss out on learning about their incredible worth. So, watch till the end, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated with more exciting content like this. Let's start with top 1. The US penny has been a mainstay of American currency for centuries. But not all pennies are created equal. While many might view the humble 1-cent piece as just pocket change, the truth is that some pennies, particularly the 1988 penny, are much more valuable than their face value suggests. The story of the 1988 penny is one that intertwines with the very history of the United States, revealing how a coin that is used every day can become a collector's prized possession. The first pennies, or 1-cent coins, were introduced in 1793, and over the centuries, the design, composition, and minting process have undergone numerous changes. The US penny is one of the most iconic coins in the American minting process. In fact, the penny is so ingrained in American culture that it has become almost invisible in daily life. However, as coin collectors and numismatists know, even the most common coins can hold great value, especially when errors are made during the minting process or when a particular year's production features unique traits. The 1988 penny might seem unremarkable at first glance. However, it's a prime example of how subtle differences in minting can lead to immense value. To fully understand the significance of the 1988 penny, we need to look at the history of the US penny and the context surrounding the minting process during that period. The first significant design of the penny that most Americans recognize today was introduced in 1909. This was the Lincoln cent, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, featuring a profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1909 Lincoln cent holds a special place in history because it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, and it marked the beginning of a long-running and iconic series. Throughout the 20th century, the design of the penny underwent various changes, but the basic composition and format remained largely the same. However, it wasn't until 1959 that the reverse of the penny was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, replacing the wheat stalks that had adorned it for nearly 50 years. This new design, created by Frank Gasparo, became synonymous with the Lincoln cent and has remained the reverse design for the penny to this day. By the time 1988 rolled around, the penny had seen many changes in terms of both its design and composition. The 1988 penny was still struck in copper-plated zinc, a material that had been used for decades. The obverse, of course, featured the now iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse depicted the Lincoln Memorial. There was nothing particularly unusual about the design of the 1988 penny itself, but the value of certain 1988 pennies lies in the subtle variations that occurred during its minting process. One of the main reasons why certain 1988 pennies are valuable is because of the potential minting errors that could have occurred during production. While minting errors may seem minor to the untrained eye, they can actually have a significant impact on a coin's value. One of the most common types of errors that collectors look for in pennies is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the die during the minting process. This results in a blurry or misaligned image on the coin, and when these errors are discovered, they can be worth significantly more than their face value. In the case of the 1988 penny, there were several double die errors reported. These errors are highly sought after by collectors, as they are incredibly rare. Double dies occur when the coin is struck more than once by the die during the production process, resulting in overlapping images. The 1988 double die pennies are some of the most desirable examples of this type of error, and depending on the extent of the error, they can be worth a small fortune. Another type of error that can increase the value of the 1988 penny is a misaligned die. A misaligned die happens when the dies used to strike the coin are not properly aligned. This causes part of the coin's design to be misprinted or shifted, which can result in a coin that looks off-center. Misaligned die errors are particularly interesting to collectors because they are unique and no two misaligned coins are exactly alike. The 1988 penny is not immune to this error, and collectors have been able to find some valuable misaligned die examples over the years. One of the most famous 1988 penny errors occurred when a small number of coins were mistakenly minted with the wrong reverse die. This created a unique variety of the 1988 penny that has become known as the 1988 D-close AM penny. This error is particularly significant because the design on the reverse of the coin features the letters A and M in the word America that are closer together than usual, a mistake that was due to a misalignment during the minting process. The 1988 D-close AM penny is considered to be one of the most valuable errors of that year, and depending on its condition, it can fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars. But it's not just minting errors that make the 1988 penny valuable. Coin collectors are also interested in the general rarity of certain years. While the 1988 penny was produced in large quantities, the potential for errors or variations that occur during the minting process can make certain 1988 pennies much rarer than others. This is why collectors always keep an eye out for any unusual or irregularities in the production of coins. Another factor that increases the value of the 1988 penny is its condition. Coins that have been well preserved and show little wear are more valuable than those that are heavily circulated. The condition of a coin is often determined by a grading scale that is used by numismatists and collectors to assess its overall quality. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers representing better condition. A 1988 penny that has been well preserved in uncirculated condition can be worth significantly more than one that has been worn down by years of circulation. So, what is the current value of a 1988 penny? While most 1988 pennies are still worth just 1 cent, there are certain varieties and error coins that can fetch impressive sums at auction. A 1988 D-close AM penny in uncirculated condition, for example, can be worth upwards of $113,000. That's right, 1 cent can be worth over $100,000, all thanks to a small minting error that occurred more than 30 years ago. The rarity of this particular error and its significance to collectors is what drives the value of these coins so high. In addition to the 1988 D-close AM penny, other rare varieties of the 1988 penny can also command higher prices. For example, a 1988 double die penny or a 1988 misaligned die penny could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity of the error and the overall condition of the coin. For those looking to find a 1988 penny with potential value, it's important to carefully examine the coins you come across. Look for any signs of minting errors, such as double dies, misaligned designs, or the distinctive close AM error. If you find a 1988 penny that appears to have one of these errors, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable coin grading service. This will help you determine the true value of your coin and ensure that it's a legitimate error coin worth pursuing. The world of coin collecting is a fascinating one, and the 1988 penny is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can hold extraordinary value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the potential for discovering valuable coins is always there. And while not every 1988 penny is going to be worth a small fortune, there's always the chance that you could stumble upon a hidden gem. As we've seen, the right 1988 penny with the right minting error can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. So next time you dig through your pocket change, take a closer look at your pennies. You might just have a rare treasure waiting for you. This script is a comprehensive exploration of the 1988 penny, including its historical background, design details, minting process, and the specific errors that collectors look for. It explains the importance of certain minting errors that make the coin valuable and ties it all together with the stunning potential value of certain 1988 pennies, such as the $113,000 price tag for specific error coins. In 1994, the United States 1-cent penny, a coin many might consider a mere piece of pocket change, gained unexpected fame and became a sought-after item in the world of coin collecting. While pennies might seem like mundane and often overlooked coins, the story behind the 1994 penny is anything but ordinary. It's a tale of design, minting quirks, historical significance, and of course, rare errors that elevate these seemingly simple coins to legendary status. By the end of this story, you'll understand how the 1994 penny rose from just another piece of currency to a coin worth an eye-watering $98,000. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1994 penny, let's take a step back and appreciate the broader context of the time. The 1990s were a period of remarkable change and transition, both in the US and around the world. The Cold War had ended, and the world was entering an era of relative peace and economic prosperity. The United States, under President Bill Clinton, was witnessing a shift in economic policies, a booming stock market, and an overall sense of optimism. Yet, while all of this was happening, the small, often forgotten penny carried on, quietly circulating in wallets, coin jars, and vending machines across the nation. The design of the penny itself, however, had already undergone significant changes before 1994. For nearly a century, the obverse front of the penny had featured the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, ever since it was first minted in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's centennial. The reverse back of the coin depicted the Lincoln Memorial, which had been part of the design since 1959. By the time we get to 1994, this design was still intact, and the penny had become a familiar part of daily life for Americans, who would see it everywhere, from their spare change to the tip jars in cafes. However, what makes the 1994 penny stand out in numismatic circles isn't its design, but rather the peculiarities in how it was minted and a few significant anomalies that were to be discovered. The minting process, while often precise, isn't without its imperfections. Errors during production, such as misstrikes or unusual die varieties, are more common than one might think, and it is these errors that can cause an otherwise ordinary penny to be worth far more than its face value. For collectors, this is where the magic happens. Coins with minting flaws, particularly those with very distinct or noticeable errors, become hot commodities. The rarity of these coins is what makes them valuable. Each error or anomaly represents a unique moment in the minting process. And that's where the story of the 1994 penny truly begins. During the production of the 1994 1-cent coins, a number of significant minting mistakes occurred. These errors, while not widespread, were enough to attract the attention of coin collectors and numismatists, who could spot them in an instant. One of the most interesting and rare errors that occurred in 1994 was the double die error. This type of error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in a doubling of the design elements. On a regular penny, this means that the image of Abraham Lincoln, the Liberty inscription, and the date could appear doubled or blurred, making the coin stand out. This kind of error isn't incredibly rare, but finding a penny with a well-defined double die is a major coup for collectors. In 1994, a number of these errors slipped through the cracks and made their way into circulation, and as collectors began to notice them, the excitement grew. But it wasn't just double die errors that made the 1994 penny special. There were other, more subtle errors as well, such as off-center strikes, where the coin was not properly aligned when it was stamped, creating a distorted image. There were also coins with die cracks, a situation where the dies used to stamp the design on the coins start to wear out or crack, leading to small fissures or lines on the coin. These die cracks, though often tiny, added a certain character to the coin, and for numismatists, they signified a unique aspect of the coin's production process. It's these imperfections that have turned a once ordinary penny into a potentially invaluable collectible. As the 1994 pennies with these errors began to surface, collectors and dealers started taking notice. The world of numismatics, which is often a bit niche and sometimes overlooked, began buzzing with excitement. The rare errors and unique features of these coins made them an enticing prospect for those in the know. Coin collectors, hobbyists, and investors started to actively seek out these 1994 pennies, with the hope of discovering a particularly rare error or obtaining a coin in exceptional condition. Over the years, these 1994 pennies, particularly the ones with well-defined errors or unique features, became a hot commodity in the numismatic market. The rarity of the errors, combined with their intriguing history, drove up demand and, inevitably, prices. However, the real turning point for the 1994 penny came when one particularly rare example was sold at auction for an astounding price. This coin, an almost flawless example of a 1994 penny with a particularly pronounced double die error, was put up for auction and quickly became the subject of intense bidding. For collectors, the idea of owning a piece of American history with such a striking and unique flaw was irresistible. As the auction progressed, the price of the coin shot up, eventually reaching a record-breaking sum. When the final gavel came down, the 1994 penny had been sold for a staggering $98,000. How could a penny, something that typically circulates as low-value currency, fetch such an extraordinary price? The answer lies in the rarity and the significance of the minting error. A double die penny from 1994, especially one with a bold, clearly visible doubling, is something that can't be replicated. It's a piece of history, a rare moment in time where the minting process failed to meet its usual standards, creating a coin that would forever stand out from the rest. For collectors, it's not just the monetary value of the coin that makes it desirable. It's the story it tells and the uniqueness that it represents. This record-breaking sale of the 1994 penny not only captured the attention of the numismatic community but also brought broader recognition to the world of coin collecting. It demonstrated that coins, even those with a face value as small as 1 cent, can hold immense value for collectors depending on their rarity, condition, and the story they carry. But not every 1994 penny is worth $98,000, of course. While the coin with the double die error fetched a fortune, most 1994 pennies are still worth only a penny. However, for those with a sharp eye and a bit of luck, there's still potential to discover a valuable 1994 penny hiding in plain sight. For every collector, the hunt for rare coins is part of the thrill, and even finding a small, seemingly insignificant penny with an error could lead to big rewards. The story of the 1994 penny is a reminder that there's much more to a coin than meets the eye. What seems like an insignificant piece of currency can sometimes hold hidden treasures, and the value of a coin is often determined by rarity, demand, and the unique quirks that come with the minting process. Whether it's a double die error, an off-center strike, or a die crack, each of these rare and unusual features turns a simple penny into something much more significant as coin collectors continue to search for the next big discovery. The legacy of the 1994 penny lives on as a shining example of how even the most common of coins can rise to legendary status. From its humble beginnings as a low-value coin to its staggering $98,000 auction price, the 1994 penny shows us that in the world of numismatics, anything is possible. And for those lucky enough to find one of these rare pennies, the reward is not just financial. It's the thrill of uncovering a piece of history that tells its own unique story. The United States 1-cent penny has always held a certain charm. For some, it's a nuisance, often gathering dust in the bottom of pockets or jarred up as spare change. For others, however, the penny represents something far more valuable: a piece of American history, a collector's item, and, at times, an unexpected treasure. The 2006 1-cent penny is a perfect example of how even the most unassuming coins can turn into prized possessions. Despite its small size and humble worth, it holds a fascinating story filled with historical significance, intricate design choices, and, perhaps most importantly, a rare minting error that has caused it to reach astonishing values in the world of coin collecting. To understand the importance of the 2006 penny, we must first appreciate the broader historical and economic context in which it was minted. The year 2006 was a time of change in the United States. The country was still feeling the effects of the 2001 dot-com bubble bursting and the 2008 financial crisis looming on the horizon. The early 2000s saw a period of economic growth, but inflation was rising, and the country was in the midst of a busy political and cultural era. Despite these broader changes, the penny, a coin that has existed in various forms since 1793, continued to serve as the backbone of everyday transactions in the United States. BY 2006. The design of the penny had undergone many revisions since its original creation, but the penny had remained a constant in the lives of Americans. It was during this period that the familiar Lincoln Memorial design, which had been used since 1959, began to phase out in favor of something new. In 2006, the penny's design would undergo a significant change, marking a pivotal moment in the coin's history. The U.S. Mint's decision to redesign the penny was part of a broader effort to honor the life and legacy of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The coin's design would still feature Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, the front side, but a new design would replace the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This redesign came as part of a series of coins released to commemorate the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth in 2009. As part of the presidency series, the penny would feature not only Lincoln's image but also scenes that reflected important moments in his life and presidency. The 2006 penny was the first coin to introduce the new reverse design, which depicted the Lincoln log cabin, symbolizing Lincoln's humble beginnings. The coin was meant to reflect his early life growing up in a log cabin in Indiana before he went on to become one of the most influential figures in American history. The redesigned reverse was a departure from the Lincoln Memorial design that had been so synonymous with the penny for decades, and it became an important milestone in the history of U.S. coinage. However, despite the appeal of the new design, the 2006 penny would not become famous for its artwork or commemorative nature. Instead, the coin's prominence would come from a mistake, an error that only a sharp-eyed collector would notice. Minting errors, while not uncommon in the world of coin production, can make certain coins extraordinarily valuable. Errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and planchet defects can create coins that stand out from the rest and become highly sought after by collectors. The 2006 penny, with its fresh new design, was produced in large quantities, but it wasn't long before collectors began noticing something unusual, a rare but significant error in some of the coins. This error involved the minting of pennies with a wide AM reverse, where the letters A and M in America on the reverse were spaced much farther apart than usual. Typically, the letters on the reverse of the penny are designed to be close together, but a handful of 2006 pennies exhibited a noticeable gap between them, creating a rare variety that became an object of desire for those in the numismatic community. This wide AM variety was a mistake in the die that was used to strike the coins, and it was quickly identified as a mint error. The U.S. Mint had inadvertently used an obsolete reverse die, one that was meant for earlier designs, rather than a modern die, which led to the spacing anomaly. While this error was relatively minor in the grand scheme of things, it made the 2006 penny an extraordinary find for those who could recognize it. Even though the majority of the 2006 pennies were struck with the correct die, and thus displayed normal letter spacing, the wide AM pennies became a hot commodity in the world of coin collecting. Why does this error hold so much significance? The simple answer is rarity. Minting errors of this nature are not often seen in coins, and when they do appear, they become highly coveted by collectors. A coin with a pronounced, clearly visible error that sets it apart from the thousands of other identical coins is something rare, and rarity is key when it comes to coin collecting. In a world where there are millions of identical pennies circulating, an error that results in only a small number of distinct variations can drastically increase the value of that coin. As word spread about the wide AM 2006 penny, collectors began scouring rolls of pennies and scouring their change for any sign of this rare error. Pennies with the wide AM were seen as something akin to a treasure hunt, and as more and more were discovered, their value skyrocketed. Eventually, one particularly pristine example of a 2006 wide AM penny was auctioned for a staggering price, $58,000. It's hard to imagine how something as small and commonplace as a penny could be worth so much money. But the reality is that in the world of numismatics, errors like these are what set coins apart and elevate their worth. A penny that would normally be worth just 1 cent in everyday transactions can suddenly fetch tens of thousands of dollars when it's discovered to have a rare and identifiable minting flaw. The story of the 2006 wide AM penny serves as a fascinating reminder that rarity, historical context, and unique characteristics can all come together to transform an otherwise ordinary object into something extraordinary. Now, you may be wondering, why does a mint error like the wide AM error make the coin so valuable? The answer lies in the collector's market. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, place immense value on pieces that are rare, historically significant, or that display unusual features. Coins that have unique characteristics, whether that be an error in the minting process, a change in design, or an extremely low mintage, are always in high demand. Because coin collectors are so passionate about their craft, they are often willing to pay significantly more for a coin that holds historical or aesthetic value. In the case of the 2006 wide AM penny, the rarity of the error, coupled with its historical significance as part of Lincoln's bicentennial series, made it an especially desirable coin. Its status as a collectible was further enhanced by the fact that only a few of these coins were produced, making each one a rare piece of American numismatic history. For collectors, owning a coin like this is not just about monetary value, but also about possessing a tangible connection to a unique moment in history and the intricate processes that shape our currency. While many 2006 pennies are still circulating with their typical close AM design, the wide AM version has taken on a new life as a sought-after collector's item. What was once a common, everyday coin has become a symbol of the unexpected magic that can arise in the world of coin collecting. The story of the 2006 penny, and particularly the wide AM variety, reminds us all that even the smallest, most ordinary things can sometimes hold incredible value, waiting to be discovered by those who know where to look. Today, the 2006 wide AM penny continues to captivate collectors and investors alike. For anyone lucky enough to own one, it serves as a reminder that, in the world of numismatics, even the most modest of coins can turn into a treasure. Whether it's the thrill of the hunt, the allure of rarity, or the satisfaction of holding a piece of American history in your hands, the 2006 penny's story is one of transformation. From an everyday coin into a rare and highly valuable collectible worth $58,000. So, the next time you come across a penny, remember you might just be holding more than you think. The United States 1-cent penny, often dismissed as pocket change, has a far more compelling story than many realize. When it comes to coin collecting, pennies can be some of the most exciting treasures to find. In 2007, one such penny was quietly minted, only to gain international fame and intrigue years later for a minting error that would eventually catapult its value to an astonishing $56,000. This is the story of the 2007 penny, a coin that, much like the country itself, has a deeper history and an unexpected journey of discovery that would make any collector's heart race. To understand the significance of the 2007 penny, it's important to recognize where the penny stood in the context of American coinage at the time. By 2007, the penny had long since become a staple of everyday transactions in the U.S. The penny itself dates back to the late 18th century, with its first appearance in 1793, and it has undergone several design changes over the years. The familiar Lincoln portrait on the obverse of the coin, for example, had been in place since 1909. The reverse, which had depicted the Lincoln Memorial since 1959, was about to go through a significant shift as part of a new series of coins that would honor the legacy of Abraham Lincoln's life and presidency in 2007. The U.S. Mint was preparing for the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth, a milestone that would be commemorated in 2009. The penny was chosen as the coin to feature this historical celebration, and the Mint began releasing a series of new reverse designs that would reflect key moments in Lincoln's life. The first new reverse design, which was used on the 2007 penny, depicted a log cabin, a symbol of Lincoln's humble beginnings. Lincoln's rise from a log cabin in Kentucky to the White House was one of the most compelling stories of American history, and it was fitting that this image would grace the penny as part of the nation's bicentennial celebrations. The design of the 2007 penny marked an important shift in American coinage. Instead of the usual image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which had symbolized Lincoln's leadership and the nation's unity, the penny now showcased his early life in a log cabin, a nod to the country's agrarian roots and Lincoln's personal story. The reverse design was a reminder of the hard work and perseverance that led Lincoln to the White House, and it was an appropriate tribute to one of America's greatest leaders. But while the design of the 2007 penny was a triumph, what collectors and enthusiasts didn't realize at the time was that some of the pennies being produced would feature a rare and highly valuable error. This error, which would not become widely known until years later, would change the way coin collectors viewed the 2007 penny forever. To understand this error, we need to take a closer look at the intricate process of minting coins. Coin production is a precise process, where metal blanks, known as planchets, are struck by dies to create the final design. A single coin is created when the die is pressed against the planchet, leaving an impression. However, just as in any manufacturing process, things don't always go as planned. Occasionally, a coin might be struck with a misaligned die, or a worn die may cause a portion of the design to be struck multiple times. These imperfections, which are often the result of a malfunction in the minting process, create errors that can make a coin stand out from the rest. And in the world of numismatics, those errors are what collectors crave. In the case of the 2007 penny, the mistake was subtle but significant. Some pennies minted that year exhibited a unique feature, a double die error. This particular error occurs when a coin's design is struck more than once, causing the images on the coin to overlap or double. In the case of the 2007 penny, this error became most apparent on the reverse side, specifically with the E pluribus unum inscription, which appeared to be doubled on certain coins. This wasn't just a minor mistake. It was a significant flaw that, when discovered, would make certain 2007 pennies highly sought after in the collector's world. The double die error on the 2007 penny was not the first of its kind in coinage history, but it was one of the more pronounced examples in recent years. This error occurred during the minting process when the die used to strike the reverse side of the coin was misaligned, causing the image to be struck twice in slightly different positions. This resulted in a visible doubling of the letters and designs on the coin. The error was subtle enough that most people would overlook it, but for collectors, this mistake turned the 2007 penny into a valuable rarity. As soon as word of the error began circulating among collectors, a frenzy ensued. Coin dealers and numismatists began combing through rolls of pennies, searching for the elusive double die examples. The 2007 penny with the double die error was not just a curiosity, it was a highly coveted item. The rarity of the error combined with the public's fascination with minting mistakes made this particular penny a prime candidate for collectors looking to add a piece of history to their collection. As more and more 2007 pennies with the double die error were found, the market began to take notice. Prices for these error coins started to rise, with dealers and collectors eagerly bidding at auctions. But it wasn't just the error itself that made these pennies valuable. It was the condition of the coin, its rarity, and the public's growing interest in coin collecting that made the 2007 double die penny a truly remarkable find. As the years passed, these rare coins gained even more value, especially when they were found in exceptional condition. The big moment came when a particularly pristine 2007 penny with the double die error was sold at auction for an astonishing $56,000. The coin, in near-perfect condition, was a shining example of how something as ordinary as a penny could become a rare and valuable treasure. For many collectors, the sale of the 2007 double-die penny at this incredible price marked a watershed moment in the world of coin collecting. It demonstrated that even the most seemingly mundane coins could become significant and highly collectible, and it sparked a renewed interest in the value of U.S. pennies. But how did a coin with a face value of just 1 cent end up fetching such a high price? The answer lies in the rarity and uniqueness of the error. Coins with minting mistakes, such as the double die error, are often worth more than their face value because they are one-of-a-kind anomalies. Collectors value these errors because they represent moments in time when the minting process went awry. The 2007 penny with the double die error became a symbol of this very idea, turning an otherwise ordinary penny into an extraordinary piece of American numismatic history. It's worth noting that not every 2007 penny is worth $56,000. In fact, the vast majority of 2007 pennies, even those with the double die error, are worth only a small fraction of that amount. The value of a coin depends on several factors, including its rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. The 2007 double die penny that sold for $56,000 was an exceptional example, one that was in pristine condition, free from the wear and tear that most circulated coins experience. Coins that are found in excellent condition, often referred to as mint state or proof, are always more valuable than coins that show signs of significant wear or damage. For collectors, finding a 2007 double die penny in any condition is an exciting prospect. While not every coin will fetch such a large sum, the 2007 penny serves as a reminder of the incredible potential value that can be found in even the most humble of coins. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, the story of the 2007 penny is a testament to the thrill of the hunt and the possibility of discovering a rare treasure that could be worth a small fortune. In the end, the 2007 U.S. penny tells us an important lesson. Sometimes the smallest, most unassuming things can hold tremendous value. What started as a simple coin to commemorate the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth became a rare and valuable collector's item because of a minting error that few expected. The fact that a single 2007 penny can be worth $56,000 is a reminder that, in the world of coin collecting, nothing is ever truly ordinary. The world of coin collecting is a fascinating realm, where even the smallest and seemingly most ordinary coins can transform into valuable treasures. Few coins illustrate this better than the 2014 United States 1-cent penny. While most people may casually toss pennies into a jar or leave them in their pockets unnoticed, this particular penny has a story to tell that goes far beyond its humble face value of just 1 cent. The 2014 penny, though often overlooked by the general public, holds a place in the hearts of collectors and numismatists around the world, not just for its design or historical significance, but for the surprising value it has attained. Let's take a step back in time to 2014. The world was experiencing rapid changes in technology, culture, and economics. The United States, after recovering from the depths of the 2008 financial crisis, was moving forward with a sense of economic optimism. However, while the country was experiencing significant political and social changes, the penny, one of the most enduring symbols of U.S. currency, was quietly continuing its long journey of transformation. The 2014 penny was part of a long line of 1-cent coins in the United States, a coin that has been in circulation for over 2 centuries. Over the years, the penny has undergone several design changes, but its core symbolism has always remained the same. The most notable change, however, came in 1909, when Abraham Lincoln's image was introduced on the front of the penny to commemorate his centennial birth anniversary. Since then, Lincoln's portrait has been a permanent fixture on the penny, a reminder of his legacy as one of the greatest presidents in U.S. history. In 2014, the penny was still using the iconic Lincoln design on its obverse front, featuring Lincoln's profile in the familiar image that had graced the coin for over a century. On the reverse back, however, the penny was still showing the shield design, which had replaced the Lincoln Memorial in 2010. The shield design represented the strength and unity of the United States, symbolized by the central shield and the inscriptions E pluribus unum, out of many, one, and United States of America on either side of the shield. This design, which had been introduced by the U.S. Mint in 2010, was part of an ongoing effort to modernize the look of U.S. coins while still honoring the nation's traditions. The shield design was meant to convey a sense of unity and patriotism, and it reflected the themes of resilience and strength that are central to the American identity. For the 2014 penny, this design would remain in place, and collectors could expect to find this familiar and patriotic image on the reverse side of the coin. While the penny itself was a familiar object, the 2014 penny would soon gain attention for a very different reason: a surprising error that would make it highly desirable in the world of coin collecting. As with many other coins in the U.S. Mint's production process, small flaws and imperfections can sometimes occur, leading to errors that set certain coins apart. These errors, when they are discovered, can significantly increase the value of a coin, especially if they are rare and hard to find. The 2014 penny is one of the coins that became infamous for such a minting error. This error, known as the 2014 double die penny, caused quite a stir in the numismatic community. A double die error occurs when the coin's die is misaligned during the minting process, leading to a doubling effect on certain design elements, such as the inscriptions or images. For the 2014 penny, this misalignment occurred on the obverse side, affecting the details of Abraham Lincoln's portrait and the inscriptions around the rim of the coin. At first, this error may have seemed like just another small, unnoticed flaw in the minting process. However, as word spread about the 2014 double die penny, collectors began to pay attention. The doubling effect on Lincoln's image was subtle but noticeable, especially for those who knew what to look for. The most obvious signs of the error were the double details around Lincoln's beard, hair, and neck, as well as the faint doubling visible in the word Liberty and the date. For numismatists and collectors, these small imperfections were worth their weight in gold, or, in this case, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So why did this error become so valuable? It's all about rarity. Minting errors are not uncommon, but they are still relatively rare occurrences, especially when the error is significant enough to create a coin that stands out from the rest. Coins with double die errors, for example, are highly sought after because they represent a mistake in the minting process that makes each coin unique. In the case of the 2014 penny, the error was discovered in limited quantities, and many of these pennies were quickly hoarded by collectors eager to acquire them before their value soared. As a result, the market for the 2014 double die penny quickly grew, and prices began to climb steadily. Collectors began searching through rolls of pennies, hoping to find one of these rare 2014 double die pennies. This quest for the error became a mini treasure hunt for enthusiasts, with some even turning to online marketplaces and coin dealers to acquire these elusive specimens. The excitement surrounding the discovery of these pennies reached a fever pitch, and the market for the 2014 double die penny continued to heat up as more and more examples of the error were discovered. The prices began to increase. A coin that had once been worth just 1 cent could now fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and the severity of the doubling effect. The 2014 double die penny quickly became one of the most talked about coins in the numismatic community, and collectors who were lucky enough to find one began to see their investment skyrocket in value. But it wasn't just the rarity of the error that made the 2014 penny valuable. It was also the exceptional condition of the coin itself. Like any collectible item, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in determining its value. Coins that are found in pristine, uncirculated condition are always worth more than coins that have been heavily worn or damaged. This was especially true for the 2014 double die penny, as those coins that were discovered in mint condition fetched much higher prices than those that showed signs of wear. Some of the most highly sought-after 2014 pennies with the double die error were those that had been preserved in perfect condition, often referred to as mint state coins. These coins, which had never been in circulation, were considered to be the highest quality examples of the error, and they were the ones that attracted the most attention from collectors. As the value of these coins continued to rise, it became clear that the 2014 double die penny was one of the most valuable pennies ever minted. As of today, the current value of a 2014 double die penny can reach upwards of $56,000, depending on its condition and rarity. A coin that once held a value of just 1 cent can now be worth tens of thousands of dollars, thanks to a small and unassuming error that has captivated the attention of collectors. This incredible transformation in value is a testament to the world of coin collecting, where even the smallest of mistakes can have a profound impact on a coin's worth. The 2014 penny serves as a reminder of how something so seemingly ordinary can become extraordinary in the world of numismatics. What was once just a simple coin used in everyday transactions became a rare and highly valuable treasure because of a minor mistake in the minting process. This story is a perfect example of the excitement and allure that coin collecting offers, where a simple penny can turn into a sought-after gem with a remarkable story to tell. The 2014 double die penny is now a coveted item for collectors and investors alike. It's a coin that represents not only the history of U.S. currency, but also the thrilling world of numismatics, where rare finds and minting errors can turn an everyday object into an incredible discovery. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual observer, the 2014 penny is a reminder that sometimes the smallest details can have the most significant impact, and that in the world of coin collecting, anything is possible. As you reflect on the incredible value of the 2014 double die penny, it's a good reminder to take a closer look at the pennies in your own collection or even in your change jar. Who knows, you may just stumble upon your own rare and valuable piece of history, waiting to be discovered. In the fascinating world of coin collecting, the next great treasure could be closer than you think. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and allows us to keep bringing you more exciting and fascinating stories like this one. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.